Hello viewer, welcome back to Let's Play Back to Saturn X. And the final part. Okay, I was a bit confused there by that start. The final part of Back to Saturn X. Of course, this is MAP24, the conclusive, the final, the ending map to episode 1 of 4. Yes, 4. Turns out it's 4, I think. Or at least that's what was implied during the Where's All the Data playthrough, which I keep referencing because I enjoyed it thoroughly. I just finished watching the last part. But yeah, this map, pretty fucking cool if I don't say so myself. I mean, this is easily is up there, you know, with map 12 and map 7 is one of my favorites overall. And it's funny how map 12 and map 11 are two of my favorites, and yet they're from the first half of this WAD. Well, map 12 is like the before the middle, so I guess. Either way. Yeah, this is a really good level. It's a very, very, very good conclusion. Rarely do I ever see a conclusion this good. You know, even hacks, which is kind of like it's a WAD, I'd say the format is similar to this. It's kind of story driven. It uses a lot of tricks and whatnot to tell a story, and it has unique progression between levels, and you have so many different environments and locales. Even that ending, I'd say, was pretty shit. At least it will be until 2.0 comes out. Probably never. Zazer, get the fuck back to work on that shit. Anyways. Yeah, this is a pretty fucking, I'd say this is one of the best conclusions I've ever experienced in a WAD, but then again, I'm not very well versed in the world of WADs, so pretty much, actually, this is one of the only conclusions I've ever experienced in a WAD. One of the few. Which I guess is kind of sad, because I really should be playing more WADs, because this was great. This was a great experience. And you know, it's not just... I mean, we'll get to the ending more when we actually get to it, but it's... I just want to say that I like how it focuses on an actual story and progression instead of just, here's a series of maps that range from easy to difficult. Play them. And all the story you get is pretty much, me Doom Guy, me big space marine. I have no fucking idea why Doom Guy sounds like that. But yeah, no, this is a, you know, ending aside, this is also a great level. Incredibly memorable in my opinion, because this is probably, in my opinion, the most memorable level. This was one of the first maps of the WAD I actually played. I didn't realize that it was the ending, actually, because I only played it on Thursday Night Survival. And the ending was different there. It was a bit less, you know, climactic, and it was a bit less cool. But yeah, this is actually one of the first maps I played. And I didn't even play all of it, but, you know, there's one specific section of this map, one section, that I just recall being so fun and so over the top difficult and insane and just weird that I just had to play through this WAD one more time just to get to it. Cause it was, I literally, this whole WAD, I was waiting for for that section, and we'll get to it. And I think you all know which section it is. It's pretty difficult, it's pretty fun, it's pretty awesome. And I'd say it's one of the few types of these sections that works, in my opinion. Only because they're used scarcely throughout this WAD. In fact, they're used so scarcely that I can't even recall if it's been used before. This trick. Yeah, this, not, we'll get to that later. This part is also really cool. all these imps start teleporting in, kind of a foreshadowing, if you will, to what may be to come. But yeah, these imps will fuck you if you decide to not shoot for whatever reason. As if you got a super shotgun, it's not too bad. A bit annoying how they kind of keep teleporting in even after it seems like they're done, but I guess that's a given. You can't really do much to change that. It's just the way the Doom engine does this trick, or at least the way the map designers do this trick. I'm sure there's probably another way, but this is just the easiest way. And for those of you who don't know, it's basically there's a dummy sector linked, you know, outside of the map to this room, and if you shoot in this room, it'll alert the monsters in the dummy sector, and then it lowers a teleporter in which all the monsters can just pile through and teleport into this room. A very easy trick. People have been using it since the fucking... In Doom, people have been using it since the dawn of time, practically. Even the id Software maps used it a bunch. It's a very easy trick. A very fun one, too. Well, yeah, I like this. I really like the visuals of this map. It's got variety, and it's, you know, it's not like variety is in just, you know, everything looks different. It's variety is in everything looks different and amazing. Because I really like every area of this WAD. I really like this big, bulky, you know, blocky kind of area here. I don't know why I always liked it. I always thought it was kind of ingenious, you know, the way, because there's a vent system coming up, and I always thought it was ingenious the way you could sort of hide or hint at where vents are, you know, the openings, just through the way the blocks are placed. It makes it seem much more 3D, even though it is a 2D game in all technicality. But yeah, this is a long video, 35 minutes. Yeah, this also... I don't want to give anything away, but... yeah, 35 minutes. Get ready, because this is going to be a long, long ride. And I did have to make some big cuts too, which I will explain further up. I only made 2 cuts in this video. One time I got lost and one time I kept dying. So this video was originally 44 minutes long, and I thought no way anybody's gonna even try to watch that. People probably aren't gonna click on this one either. I find people don't generally click on my longer videos as much, and I can understand, you know, most people, they got lives, they got things to do, they don't have fucking time to watch some idiot kid play Doom on the internet for like half an hour. And I can understand that, but there's really nothing I can do. If I cut out any more, you'd just be missing out parts of the map. Which something I'm already at risk of doing just by cutting in the first place. So, you know, you gotta be very sparse. Gotta be very sparse with your cuts, is what I'm trying to say. But also, don't be hesitant to cut if you feel it's a place in the video where people would get bored if you didn't cut. But yeah. Of course, this area looks amazing, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. I completely glanced over it, but God, that is such a good, cool-looking area. I thought that was going to be the only cool-looking area, but I later, by later I mean seconds later, remembered the area coming up. By the way, I just cut to where I get the yellow key. Nothing really much has changed. Yeah, I meandered around for about like an hour, not an hour, but 5 minutes at least, just doing, you know, nothing. Maybe not 5 minutes, I mean, if this was like a 44-minute video and I cut down about 9 minutes, at least a good 6 of those were spent on doing this one fight coming up. And I don't kill everything in this map. There's actually, you know, this Revenant right here. I never kill it. I mean, I try to kill it by trying to lure it up here with the lift. It doesn't work, so I just leave it there. Oh no! Now the Earth is, well, this is not Earth. It's the moon of Saturn X. Now the desolated moon of Saturn X is doomed because I left one Revenant alive. Horrors. Either way, we're coming up to the big, you know, almost like the climax of the entire WAD, in my opinion. I mean, this is the climax, and then there's the falling action, which surprisingly kills me a lot. I don't want to say more, but a lot more frequently than this, I guess. Only because I didn't save much while doing this. It took me a few tries, but eventually I started saving during this big battle coming up. If that's a spoiler, then it doesn't really matter because we're like 5 seconds away from it. But there is a big battle coming up, and I don't want to spoil exactly how it goes down. Let's just oh look, a slime trail. Somebody wants to fix that. It's in the right of the video. I'll post a screen cap of it onto the Doom world so people can fix it. If I remember. If I don't, well, fuck it. Anyways, this area, most memorable area in the WAD, the climax of the WAD even. Everything after this is pretty much falling action. Denouement, if we want to put it in French words. This might not seem too hard right now, but just wait. Just wait. Oh, just wait. A funny thing, if you look out over the over to the blackness. By the way, this is one of the best looking areas. This is the best looking area in the map by far, in my opinion. It's just cool, it's slimy, and it's viney, and it's so atmospheric, the way it stares out into darkness, and it's just a huge cavern, and I love it. Love it. But yeah, you can actually get over that fence, and there is stuff down there, but it requires a certain trick. I don't want to spoil it, because it might spoil something. I always thought that looks goofy, in my opinion. I understand, and what I'm talking about is the top of that switch and the pillars next to it were water. I can understand why they did that trick, or why it was water on top, but it does look goofy. Either way, we are pretty much ready for a good old-fashioned beat down here. That's lowering slowly, but let's shoot off a shot so we can maybe alert some monsters to come in our general vicinity. And by some monsters, I mean waves upon waves of monsters. Like, this is ridiculous. It doesn't look so bad now. Here I am, just taking them out with the super shotgun, you know. It's like 6 or 7 or 10 or 20 or fucking like 80 of them. Yeah, it gets quite ridiculous when I, yeah. And this is only the first wave. Nothing but Cacodemon. And spoiler alert, I die during this. A lot. Luckily I cut out most of it. I show my first death and then I cut to my winning run. It's funny too because this is a multi-phased fight. You know, certain enemies teleport in at certain times. And it's funny because the actual the time that I actually start saving in case I die is the only time I didn't die, which amused me greatly. Anyways, now it's Pinkies and Imps. And if you were using the rocket launcher, you might want to put that away because these guys will get all up in your face. You want to pull out the BFG. But at the same time, you want to save the BFG because, you know, much worse things come up. But yeah, it's so fun. I mean, I know this is basically just like basic Slaughter Map 101 right here, but just the way it's done with the atmosphere and the visuals and the music elevates it higher than just a Slaughter map, in my opinion. Plus, it's only used once in this whole WAD, this kind of arena setup with the waves of monsters, and yeah. That was dumb. This kind of whole arena setup with the waves of monsters and whatnot. It's only used once, and it's the climax of the WAD, and it's a good build-up and a good conclusion, and you know, it's great. Love it. I love it. If you don't love it, you can go straight to hell. But we're already pretty much there, aren't we? Yeah, this is my winning run. I actually start saving here. The ironic part that as soon as I start saving, I never die. Also, I use the BFG very casually. And it helps because these cacodemons are pretty much I think you want to keep them as secluded, you know, to one area as you can, because if you haven't noticed by now, cacodemon corpses are tall and hard to see past. At least I think they are. So you know, making a field of just cacodemon corpses is the worst thing ever. And it's completely ingenious that they made the cacodemons come out first, probably for that specific reason. And I just love how it's formatted where, you know, it's not just here's wave 1, kill all of them, and then you still got like 5 minutes till the next wave comes in. No, it's here's wave 1. Oh look, you're almost done. Let me just throw in wave 2 for you as a bonus deal that you never wanted. And then let's throw in wave 3 when you're barely even started on wave 2, and it's just ridiculous. But yeah, let's play fun let's play fact. The audio actually got out of sync during this part because the video file was so big that my screen recorder crapped out, kind of rendering it. Or recording it, I should say. So yeah. Luckily I managed to put it back in sync, so it's all good. And for those of you who don't know, I use two screen capture softwares now. Actually, I use ZDSoft still for Doom because it works fine currently, as at least for Chocolate Doom. For anything in ZDoom, and pretty much for any other game ever, except for Quake, I use D3D Gear, which is very good. It's a much better capturing software than ZDSoft. Much faster, you know, doesn't create huge file sizes, although that may be related to the codec I'm using, but whatever. It's a very good program. I waste the BFG pretty much when I really shouldn't have, because with this wave of revenants comes not one, but two. Count them, 2 cyber demons. Yeah. And I picked up all the cell packs, so I'm fucked. Or at least I thought I was. And this, this is the most memorable part for me, because I actually, playing this in Thursday Night Survival, I held out here, if I recall correctly, for a decent amount of time before getting thrown out into the outer rim, which amused me. Then I got back in here and held out, for a while. I mean, I'm sure that I probably, because I don't remember anything past this point. Pretty sure I probably was like the last person alive and died somehow, or I just quit. Nah, I don't think I died. But I'm pretty sure that everybody else just left without me and left me here to kill these cyber demons. It was so long ago, I can barely recall. Unless there's a footage of it somewhere. Might be. I'll have to check up on that, because I'm really curious. Because I remember bumming around in the outer darkness for a decent amount of time. And yet I also remember fighting these cyber demons. But yeah, I was looking through for this WOD. In this WOD, I've been looking pretty much the entire time. I've been looking forward to this point, because this is no competition. This is my favorite part of the WOD. Okay, maybe map 12, and maybe the ending probably takes the cake, but this is pretty damn good. There's one down, and I can't even believe I did this all in one shot without dying, without having to reload the save, even though I died many times before. But I can't believe I started saving and then I never had to reload those saves, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that was pretty much, that's as tough as it gets. That's pretty much the highest point of action in the WOD. So the rest is pretty relaxing, save for one part near the end. I really like the wood theme here. It's kind of unique. You don't see much of the wood, jungly, swampy theme. So it's always unique when you get to an area that has this theme. But yeah, Tough Skin River. It's tough as fuck river, to be more precise. I mean, I made that look pretty okay easy. You didn't see me die like 80 times. But yeah, red key in hand. You want to follow those candles, by the way, because it'll take you straight back here and allow you to proceed with the level. Oh, we're not done yet, folks. We still got like 10 minutes left, looks like. Anyways, red key in hand, we can finally move on to the final area of this WOD. Which I almost die in this area, but I don't. A good part. Or at least I don't think I die. And yes, this was recorded right after I did map 22 and 23. So nobody's posted on the Doom World forums yet. The only thing I've seen of it, the only commentary or or opinions I've seen of it are in the Where's All the Data playthrough. Of course, since I cannot stop mentioning it. Yeah, I'm just amazed at how good this WAD looks overall. It just looks so cool. I love the new textures. I love the visuals. I love the sky. I love everything. I love the music. I love this WAD. This final map really seals, you know, the deal for me. As far as Back to Saturn X Episode 1 goes, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I don't play many WADs, but if just any gameplay experience can leave this much of a lasting impression on me, then I think it's a worthwhile gameplay experience. And I got super lucky with that arch vial. Probably shouldn't have saved with 6 health, but whatever. We got 31 now. But yeah, this is the final Back to Saturn X video. Huh. Or at least for now. I mean, obviously there's going to be episodes. Episode 2, Episode 3, Episode 4, I think? Are they going up to 4? Jeez. I mean, and those are all separate WADs too, which is the really amazing part. And, I think I might have heard something about Episode 4 taking place in space. I mean, this all takes place in space. And if you want to get really technical, the entire universe takes place in space, but outer space. But I might have misheard it wrong in the Where's All the Data playthrough. And, you know, nothing's concrete yet. I'd imagine they're focusing more of their energy on episode 2 than episodes 3 and 4. And I cannot wait. Absolutely cannot. Oh wait, this is the final area. And I really like the way this area looks. It's very grand, very grandiose. It's got kind of like that epic, you know, this is the ending kind of feel. I love it. And that view is great. I don't think I ever look at it, but it's a great view. I should have looked at it more. Never actually got to see what was out there. Either way, in this ending area there are 2 switches. And you need to press both of them to complete the level. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done because there are like 6 arch vials ready to go out and gut you. The moral of the story is don't ever, 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 ever trust a map designer. They will always throw tricks at you, unless they're boring, like me. I don't throw tricks at anybody. I am a fair map designer. Totally. That was super lucky. Anyways, this part, excuse me, is full of lard-ass mancubi and a couple arch vials here and there, which are sure to rock your world, so to speak. So, I die a couple times, by the way. Be careful with how you take on this area. Because the arch vial could really be, the 2 arch vials could really be anywhere. It's kind of random. So just be wary of their locations and of the Mancubus locations, and make sure you don't hit the bucket. You don't kick the bucket. But yeah, we're almost done with this entire WAD. I don't know, oh boy, I can't wait to talk about how much I love the ending. Ooh, it's gonna be good. But yeah, very few WADs have this kind of cinematic storytelling feel to it that this one has. It's got a lot of atmosphere, it's got a lot of action. Overall, it's a great experience, and it's one of the most memorable gaming experiences I've had. Which may or may not be sad, but you should take it as a compliment to Back to Saturn X. Last game I can say that I played all the way through, at least one of them was... Ah man, now I don't want to say... I guess Modern Warfare 3. That's not too recent though, but it's one of the last that I can remember. Kind of. And I use the word remember lightly, as in I remember playing it, I don't remember any of it. See, that attempted to do kind of what this did. It tried to tell a story. And it failed, and it sucked, and I hate it. And if you're a multi-million-dollar first-person shooter modern tech video game can't tell a story as compellingly or as excitingly or as well as a 2012-2013 Doom WAD made by some guys on the internet, then you should probably cancel your fucking studio and just start all over and figure out what went wrong. Because that's not a good sign, is all I'm gonna say. Then again, that's my opinion. I'm sure people like Modern Warfare 3. I don't have anything against it, aside from the fact that it sucks. But, yeah, we're pretty much almost done here. And, in fact, we're pretty much at the end. Yeah, here we are, exit. And there's the unsinkable Fats Dominic. And salvation is ours! Finally. Until it starts sinking. Didn't they fucking learn from the Titanic? And, well, we died. That's the end, and we're dead. That was Tough Skin River. Good map. And entering the ending, which has no name. At least in Vanilla Doom. And god damn. This is just one of the most breathtaking moments I've ever experienced in a WAD. Just the music, the visuals, the atmosphere it creates, the way the visual tricks they use are great. The water looks... The underwater effects look so good in this. Overall, it's just so nice. It's such a peaceful ending after a long, difficult, even if kind of on the easy side, WAD. And, yeah. It's a great WAD. You know, overall, I'd say this is a pretty good WAD. If it's not the greatest in terms of, you know, map design and the level design, at least, you know, it leaves a lasting impression on me. You know, it's got new textures, it's got a decent storytelling for Doom, great ending, some memorable set pieces, and a bunch of, you know, pretty good maps, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think this is just any simple map design. I think this is some top-notch shit in this WAD. And I cannot wait for episode 2. That's probably the first time I have ever said that about, you know, a Doom WAD. That I cannot wait for the next one, for the next Back to Saturn X to come out. And, but for now, it's, you know, to be continued. Anyways, thanks for sticking through this whole LP with me. It was fun doing the Doom World Mega WAD Club, my second attempt at it, the first time I actually beat a WAD in it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in Favillesco.